4 high schools, 7 middle schools, 1 college, and a university, and much more. Now introducing your most comprehensive weekly local sports show in Madison County, the Richmond Register Sports Show. The Richmond Register Sports Show is brought to you by MetroNet, superfast internet, simply a better connection. Central Kentucky Pressure Washing, Total Comfort, heating and air conditioning. Let Total Comfort keep you cool or warm this winter. Call for service or for a free replacement quote. Wynn's Auto Detailing Service. And by kymedia.net, digital media solutions on your terms. Here's your host for all things local sports, the Richmond Register sports editor, Nathan Hutchison.
Welcome to this week's edition of the Richmond Register Sports Show. My name is Nathan Hutchinson. I'm the sports editor of the Richmond Register. Appreciate you tuning in this week. And this is a rare week. We don't have an in-studio guest, but we do have lots of interviews to give to you. And the reason we don't have a guest is because I spent most of today out on the golf course at the Kentucky Golf Coaches Association All-State Championships. The final rounds were today up in Lexington and in Georgetown, and very happy to report the Madison Central Lady Indians won the All-State Championship, and the boys finished second. And we're going to give you a complete roundup of that here in a minute, and we have an interview with the entire girls team. So I don't have an in-studio guest this week, but we got the girls on video, which is just as good, and we got plenty of other videos as well from all the different sports around Madison County to get to. So a lot of stuff. It's just kind of lonely in here this week. It's just me and Randy. So. but no, just got back from Georgetown. Literally just walked through the door. Randy just kept telling me, hurry up and get here so we can film this thing. And he's got other things to do. But just got back. The Kentucky Golf Coaches Association All-State Championship. Very unique event. It's only the top 16 teams in the state get to go based on all-state points. So really, in the end, this turns out to be a better field than the KHSAA state tournament, which will happen here in a couple of weeks. But 2 rounds over 2 different days, over 2 different courses. We'll start off with the ladies. They were at Big Blue yesterday up at the University Club of Lexington, and after the first round, it was Madison Central and LCA tied for the lead. The 2 teams were back on the course this morning at Cherry Blossom up in Georgetown, and Central got off to a great start, surged out to an 8-shot lead. But they had quite a quagmire on hole number 12, as you'll hear in a minute here in the interview. LCA jumped into the lead, but Central was able to claw back and win the title by 2 strokes over LCA. 10th title of the season for the Lady Indians. 618, they shot a 313 yesterday, a 305 today. Elizabeth Eberly +1, 150 or 145 to finish 8th. Clara Beth Ramsey with a +9, 153 was 21st. Molly Neely with a 161 +17 tied for 32nd. Abby Buchanan tied for 34th with a +9, 163. And Lydia Harrell tied for 41st with a +20, 164. It was a crazy couple of days. And of course, these 2 teams are in the same region, Madison Central and LCA, and their region is Tuesday at the Woodford Country Club. So these 2 teams will go at it again on Tuesday. But after the exciting finish up there today in Georgetown, had a chance to talk to Coach Tenny Orr and all the ladies. All right, we're here at Cherry Blossom up in Georgetown, where the Madison Central Lady Indians have taken the title at the KGCA All-State Championship by 2 strokes over Lexington Christian Academy. Coach Tenny Orr, Lydia Harrell, Abby Buchanan, Clara Beth Ramsey, and Molly Neely, and Elizabeth Everly. Took me a second there, but I got them all. Congratulations, ladies. 2 great days of golf. Coach, today in particular, was got started off tied for the lead. Got up to an 8-stroke lead, then LCA came back and took the advantage, so it was a kind of up and down day.
A little bit nerve-wracking after the turn, and then luckily things settled down and we were able to pull it out.
Yeah, ladies, what happened on 12? I think it was two bogeys, 2 double bogeys, and a triple bogey.
I hit the water. Everybody hit the water except
I
for
three-putted.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah.
We had a big backup on that hole. We had to sit there for like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it was stressful.
definitely threw off the
Luckily they
pace.
recovered from some bad shots on that one.
Yes.
Because that was the point where Lexington Christian took the lead on you guys, so that was kind of a big turning point there.
It is beautiful. Yeah, it is.
So luckily we had some birdies down the stretch. That helps.
Yeah, and speaking of that, Molly, 18, big birdie there. Talk about the 18.
It was stressful. I think my drive. Thought it was in the water, but it wasn't. It was in the rough. And then I just had to putt like 30 feet, I think.
Wow.
That's what I was
So you guys don't know each other doing them when you're on the course, right?
Wow, that's nice.
Amazing.
Well, Elizabeth, you got off to a great start. I guess you had birdies on 2, 3, and 5, right? So you were 3 under at one point there?
Yeah, it was a strong lead. I started out 3 under through 5 holes, so I was very confident at the beginning, and then had some bogeys, had some birdies, and I mean, I wasn't too happy with how it ended, but I shot even, and that's what matters. We got the job done, and so I'm happy.
Did you have any idea there? I mean, you were the last one up on 18. You had a 2-stroke lead. Do you have any idea kind of what the situation was there?
No, I didn't. Just from like watching other groups, I figured it'd be close between who it was, but I just tried to not think about it, so I didn't make myself get nervous. But yeah. I didn't know.
And you stuck the approach, so that was a pretty big shot there.
Yeah, Teddy told me not to go for the pin, just hit it in the middle of the green, and I just hit it at the pin.
Don't listen to the coach, right?
Yeah.
So much for your advice, right, Teddy?
End the year.
Claire, I think you were 1 under through 10, right?
Yes.
You hit a couple of rough patches on the back, but finished strong, though, to help the team get the win there at the end.
Yeah, I had 2 doubles within 3 holes, so that slowed me down a little bit, and I was not happy. But then on 15's tee box, I think I drove the green, made birdie there, got the momentum going back again. Finished with a bogey, which was unfortunate, but just a bad lie. It happens. But as long as we got the job done and I shot what I needed to be able to help the team, that's what mattered today.
Yeah, Lydia, we were joking about 17. You 3-putted there, but you came back and parred the 18th, which was big at that moment. So
Yeah.
how do you recover from that and come back like that?
Yeah, well, I was feeling some extra nerves on 17 because I know it's a hard hole and you have to kind of hit your tee shot just right, and I didn't have a great tee shot, and so I had a bad lie, and then I think it kind of started getting in my head a little bit, and I was trying to kind of force a par at the end, and so it didn't end very well, but then I was like, okay, I know my team needs me in this last hole, so I always like to par on my last hole. Doesn't matter how I'm doing, I always like to have a par on my very last hole. So, yeah.
Well, Abby, this is a unique tournament in a lot of ways. It's only the top 16 teams in the state, so it's really a better quality tournament than the state tournament will be in a couple of weeks. But the fact that it's 2 days over 2 different courses. Yesterday you guys were at Big Blue, today here at Cherry Blossom. So you guys don't play on many tournaments like that. So how do you approach it?
Well, after the first day, we were tied, so we're just like, let's just go in it and just be calm, be just cool, and play good, just play our best and don't worry about it.
You guys pretty familiar with both courses, so not
Right.
not much of adjustment really.
Right. Their courses were pretty similar. The rough was pretty similar. Greens were slower at Cherry Blossom, but greens were pretty fast at Big Blue. So.
Okay. Now, Tenny, you were one of the ones that was kind of behind, supporting getting this event going with the Kentucky Golf Coaches Association, and kind of not an alternative, but another kind of state championship type event, and it's been a great event.
Yes. I think it's a wonderful event to be able to bring the 15 best teams together and see how well we can battle on different courses. So I'm glad that we've got it going, and hopefully can maintain it for the years to come.
Yeah, you guys just a couple days, but then you're right back at it for the regional.
48 hours.
Don't say that.
Yeah.
Get some rest before then.
Luckily, the girls don't have school tomorrow.
Yeah.
Thank you, Madison County.
Well, we talked to Claire Beth and Elizabeth about this a while back, but you guys don't play Woodford County Country Club very often. It's not something you're that familiar with. I mean, you guys
We became familiar. We've been
I've
up there a
taken
lot.
many trips up there.
Yeah, definitely have. Yeah, I've done too.
Okay.
So the course is in pretty good shape. Somebody will go low. I hope it's one of our girls, but there'll be somebody playing their best that day. So we get 2 spots. That's all we need to move on.
Yeah. In years past, it's only 1, so it's a lot more pressure when it's only 1 team moving on. Now it's 2 because the team you just beat here by 2 strokes is in your region, and it could very well come down to you guys in
There's
LCA.
3, and then it's game on.
Yeah.
Game on.
Game on.
Game on.
Tenny likes to talk trash. Remember last year when she was talking trash?
She's competitive.
Yeah.
She's more competitive than us.
Oh, I could tell it was tied after the turn.
Yeah.
I knew it was tied. She was like She's like, so does that put you at even? And I was like, no, I went under. She's oh, good.
She goes, "Hi."
Yeah, but then I was water, so it didn't.
She goes,
What?
number 11, what'd you do?
Well, I think she was hyperventilating over there on 18.
Oh,
when I talked to her.
I would not be surprised. She was very upset that I voted. It's okay, Jenny. I was.
Hey,
I
good.
care.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
That's good.
No doubt about that. 10th tournament title of the season Tuesday, Woodford County for the regional tournament, and then the top 2 teams advance on to the semi-state the next week over at Winchester. So congratulations, ladies.
Thank you.
All right, congratulations to ladies. That's a great group of kids. They're just so fun to be around, and I really enjoy every time I get a chance to go out and watch them. Great families too. Just great people to be around in general. So congratulations on the 10th title of the season for the Lady Indians. And from here on out, it's the postseason. It's the big time with the region on Tuesday, and then the semi-state the next week, and the state tournament the week after that. So the KGCA Boys Championship, same thing there, over 2 days, over 2 courses. They started off at Cherry Blossom on Saturday, and then moved over to Big Blue at the University Club of Kentucky on Sunday. And this was a runaway from the beginning. Marshall County, unbelievable, shot 15 under 273 as a team to win this thing by 30 strokes over Madison Central. Madison Central putting up a plus 15, 291 is a very, very respectable score, which probably would have won almost any other tournament on any other day, but Marshall County just absolutely running away from the field. A guy named Bruno Gallion, a foreign exchange student from Germany who just got cleared by the KHSAA, goes out and shoots an 11 under and wins the title. But for Madison Central, it was Warren Thomas, 2 under 142, tied for 5th. Clay Pendergrass and Braden Bond both at plus 6, 150, tied for 26th. Radney Bales plus 8, 152, tied for 35th. And Mason Hamrick plus 10, 154, tied for 44th. So another strong performance by the Madison Central Indian golf team there. And their regional was actually supposed to be Monday at Kearney Hill, but because of the KGCA All-State, they did bump that back to Wednesday. So their regional now will have a couple of days off to prepare for that. And luckily, as you heard the young ladies say, there's no school in Madison County on Monday. So both these teams will have a chance to recover, get a day of rest, and get ready for the start of post-season golf action, because there's a lot of expectations around both programs, and like I said, there's a legitimate chance that both of them could compete for a state championship. So both finished second last year, so looking forward to that. Lots of other news across the county this week. It's been kind of crazy. We're going to start off with some basketball news. I know, yes, it is September, but it just kind of came out of the blue at us on Friday. We got word from some people and did some digging, and we knew there was an opening for a men's basketball coach at Berea College, and honestly never crossed my mind that Madison Southern coach Austin Newton would be a candidate, but I never thought about that, but obviously he did. He showed some interest in it, and on Saturday morning it was confirmed that he was the new men's basketball coach at Berea College after a very successful stint at Madison Southern. Of course, most of you know Austin's background from Campbellsville. Was a really good basketball player and golfer there as well, and played at EKU, was on the team, the 2015 team. They got to the NCAA tournament that played Kentucky, and went on to be an assistant coach there for a while, and then took over as the head coach at Madison Southern. And of course last year won just the 3rd district tournament in school history, and then district tournament title in school history, and then led the Eagles to their first ever 11th region tournament victory as well. But he'll be heading over to Berea College now, who will be going into their first year in what is the new Collegiate Conference of the South, which was basically, they were in a league called the USA South, which had about a bazillion members. That's an exaggeration, but the league got to, I think, about 20 or so teams, and basically split into 2. So there's still a USA South, and now there's a conference collegiate conference of the South as well. So these are big teams that are more regionally in line with them. But I talked to Austin on Friday evening after I got word of it, and he said he hadn't made up his mind yet, but he really thought that it was a gold mine. He thought that there was a real chance to do something special there. And Berea College is a very unique and special place in a lot of ways, and it has its challenges and it has its advantages. I mean, you are a Division III school. Division III, NCAA Division III is non-scholarship, but of course at Berea College you don't have to pay tuition to go there if you qualify. So there's some advantages there, and Austin's excited about that challenge. And we were very excited on Saturday morning when he texted me and said, I've accepted it. So we go ahead and put the news out there, and it was pretty overwhelming, the response for everybody here in town. Austin is such a beloved figure, not only here in Madison County, but all across the state. So, of course, Austin takes over for John Hemingway, who stepped down in August. He was there for 12 seasons and had 148 wins. So, a little basketball news in September. And, of course, I ran into some Madison Southern folks on Saturday afternoon. Over at the UK, I was at the UK game tailgating with some friends, and the big question there was who's going to be the coach now there, and that kind of puts them in a little bit of a pinch with it, with the season starting pretty soon. So we'll obviously keep our eyes on that and see what happens down there at Madison Southern, because they're unexpectedly looking for a new coach as well. So if we hear anything, we'll let you know there as well. So, and then we're going to go to some cross-country news. Earlier in the week, we got word that Madison Central standout superstar, we'll call her, Kiara O'Shea, even though she would never call herself a superstar. I'm calling her a superstar, but we got word that senior Kiara O'Shea had committed to the University of North Carolina, and we were very happy for her. And of course, her brother went to, I think, East Carolina, so it's ran cross country down there as well. But then after committing to the University of North Carolina earlier in the week, she went out on Saturday and competed in the Trinity Valkyrie Invitational up at Tom Sawyer Park in Louisville. And all she did was go out and set a new course record of 17-16-86 and win by more than 30 seconds. And I saw her later that night at the boys' soccer game over there, and she looked none the worse for wear, as she usually is. So just another amazing performance by Kiara O'Shea as she takes the title. And she led Madison Central to a 6th place finish in the girls' competition. They finished with 214 points. Shelby Lamb was 17th. Meredith Campbell was 31st. With a new PR, and Abigail Beard was 90th with a new PR as well. On the boys' side, Central also finished 6th, 205 points. Carter Lamb, 17, 21, 58, and then after him, they had a whole slew of kids set new PRs, including Brody Coleman, Stephen Chase, as we call him, Chase Lockmuller, Michael Kippo, Mark Kiplo, Caden Coleman, Elijah Carrico, and Braden Bentley, all with PRs there as well. So they're heading toward their postseason as well. Their regionals are coming up here in a few weeks. But just another amazing performance from Miss Kiara O'Shea. Now we get into some high school football news. We did have 3 home football games here in Madison County last Friday night. That's something that does happen usually once or twice every season. It kind of puts a strain on the Richmond Register Sports Department when they do that. But I called in some help, though. I had some people helping me out. Ricky Elkins was down at Madison Southern, and our friend Josh Pryor was down at Berea Community. I was at Madison Central, and we'll start off right there with the 4-0 Indians taking on the 0-4 Generals in a game that was a mismatch on paper, and certainly turned out to be a mismatch on the field as well. 46-0, Madison Central stays undefeated on the season with a lopsided win on homecoming in Richmond. First shutout for Madison Central in more than 2 years, and ironically enough, the last shutout was 2 years ago against Lafayette. So Indians without some really key pieces, Ryland Rhodes, Kenyatta Harge, Brady Hensley, all sitting out as the Indians try to get healthy, knowing they have an open week this coming week. So they did sit some kids out to try to get them a little bit healthy going forward as they move into the second half of the season. But it was Madison Central outgaining Lafayette 381-71. Was some bad things here for Central too, even though the scoreboard wouldn't look like it. 11 penalties for 113 yards, a lot of penalties in the first half that derailed some good offensive drives. But in the end, it's a 46-0 win, so you can't complain too much. Hagan Harrison, 9 of 14, 169 yards passing, 3 touchdowns. Also had 68 yards rushing. Brock Eads, 16 rushes, 117 yards with a touchdown. He also had a kick return for a touchdown. Jaden West, 3 catches for 82 yards and 2 touchdowns. He also had 2 interceptions, one of which he returned for a touchdown as well. And, of course, the bad news to report with Jaden was on that interception he returned for a touchdown, he was called for an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. It was the second one of the game. And I'm sure that the folks at Madison Central have already sent the tape to the KHSAA, but if they cannot get that reversed, Jaden will have to miss the next 2 games after getting 2 unsportsmanlike conducts in one game. The second one was pretty weak, but we'll have to see what the KHSAA says about that. Travis Grant also had a touchdown catch in that game. And after the game, we got a chance to talk to Jared Grant and Eli Steele.
All right, we're here at Tomahawk Valley where the Indians have rolled to a big win over Lafayette. Eli Steele, Travis Grant. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
Eli, it was maybe kind of one of those trap games. It was homecoming. They were winless. You have an open week next week. You guys were a little sloppy early on both sides of the ball, but you guys cleaned things up. But kind of what was the feeling there in the first quarter or so?
We just had to come out there and forget about both of our records and just come out there and play our game, and that's what we did. And I feel like we came out fast, and that was a whole, like, boy, as I'm trying to say, like a point of practice emphasis this week, and we just try to come out fast.
Yeah, Travis, a little bit sloppy there early, especially on offense.
Yeah, I mean, it took us a while, a lot of flags holding us back. That's something you got to clean up mentally in practice week to week. We got an open week, had a good win. We're going to move on. We're going to get better, and we're coming.
Brocky's never wants to do these interviews, so let's give him a little bit of love. He's shy and doesn't want to talk to me.
Brocky's is a dog. He's a dog.
He will hit you, man.
He's a dog.
Offense and defense.
He's a dog everywhere. One's a dog.
For the first touchdown run, he just flat out ran over there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, one's a dog.
And the touchdown catch you had, I mean,
yes, sir.
My goodness, Hagan, what a beautiful, perfect throw that was.
That was right on the money, right on my chest. So couldn't have been a better ball.
All right, well, a week off before a long trip to Pikeville. Kind of, what do you think Coach will have the emphasis be for this off week here?
I think we're going to come out and just relax and kind of get to watch film and look at them and see what they're about and just play our game. It's a lot about getting healthy. We got a lot of guys out right now. Brady, Kenyatta, I don't know, the list goes on. Roland Rhodes. We got to get our guys back, work hard in practice. I mean, our guys want to be here. We just got to put it together.
All right, 5-0. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, well, Trevor Dennis also had an interception for Madison Central in that game. Parker Mullins had 8 tackles. And a guy we don't talk about very often, Pat Morin, the kicker, 5 for 5 on PATs and 1 for 1 on field goal attempts. He is perfect on this season as far as PATs and field goals. So after the game, we had a chance to talk to Coach Mike Holcomb about a 46-0 win leading into the off week for Madison Central.
All right, back here at Madison Central, the Indians have moved to 5-0 in the season with an easy win over Lafayette. Mike Holcomb, coach, congratulations.
Thank you. We're glad to get the win and move forward and get a little week off here and hopefully rejuvenate and get ready to go down the last half of the season.
Yeah, I kind of a sloppy start, and we talked about this the other day about a lot of distractions, and homecoming week can be like that. You're playing a team that's winless and a little sloppy early, but they cleaned it up and played pretty well after that, though.
Yeah, I thought we did. I thought we played well and we got things going, made some big plays. It's just a lot of penalties out there that we haven't been having. I mean, we've had a few penalties here and there, but nothing like that, nothing that magnitude. And it's hard to get in a rhythm, when you're getting a penalty every other play.
Yeah. Well, going in, you got an open week now. Kind of looking forward. You're going to give the kids some days off, or you got a lot of kids banged up, and so what's the game plan moving forward?
We'll just keep working in the weight room, working on the field, and just try to take it as we always do an open week, and just try to learn from things and reassess and get our stay in condition.
Bucky, number 1, he's tough as nails. You try to tackle that kid, he's going to run you over and make you pay.
Yeah, Brock just playing. I told him proud of him, and he's a typical high school football player that I've had a ton of, and they really make your team successful. He's hard nosed, tough, willing to do anything you ask him to do, and wherever you want him to play, he'll play, and it just makes plays for you.
All right. Well, congratulations, Coach. Enjoy an open week.
Okay. Appreciate y'all's coverage.
I appreciate you, Coach. And as we said, Madison Central off next week. Be back in action September the 20th at Pikeville. Madison Southern playing host to their old longtime rivals, Pulaski County, on Friday night. And this was a game that was 0-0 after one quarter, and it was 7-0 Pulaski County at the half. But the Maroons pull away for a 34-8 win over Madison Southern. The Eagles fall to 1-4 on the season, while the Maroons go to 4-1. And it was Cade Sullivan with a kickoff return touchdown early in the second half, which got Southern back in the game. That made it 14-8. But after that, it was all Pulaski County. There was a pick six late in the game there that kind of sealed the win for Pulaski. But it was Juan Rodriguez, 34 yards on 13 carries. Ethan Woods was 8 of 20 for 110 yards and 2 interceptions for Madison Southern. And the Eagles will open district play next week on the road at Martha Lane Collins. And of course, with that being that 6-team district they're in, they start district play a little bit earlier than everybody else. So 34-8 loss for the Madison Southern on homecoming weekend. Down at Berea Community, the Pirates were coming off their first victory of the season. We're looking to build a little momentum, but they had a tough test in an undefeated Pineville team. And the Pirates took the lead early and actually had the lead in the second half as well, but it was Pineville holding on for a 36-29 victory. The Pirates had the ball late and were driving, looking for the potential tying touchdown, and were not able to convert on that. But 2 TD catches by Sean Kett in the second half, including a 99-yard touchdown catch, which gave Berea the 21-18 lead, but Pineville scored on its next 3 possessions to jump back to 36-21 lead. And it was Sean Kett did have another touchdown after that to get Berea back within 1 score. But they just could not come up with the big plays on that final drive. And after the game, our buddy Josh Pryor had a chance to talk to Berea Community coach Frank Parks Jr.
So obviously it came down to the wire. You guys had a shot right there at the end. Walk me through that last drive.
Well, that last drive, we had a screenplay called. The middle linebacker made a heck of a play. It was one. He was the only one really there. He hit it big on the previous series. We came back with a pass play called there, did a heck of a job scrambling, getting us down there to the 5. Had a couple plays that we probably could have capitalized on. Would have been a tough catch on the slant, but it was a catchable ball. Then we get down there at that last play, get a play called, bad snap, and that's how we end. I've been talking to some guys all the time about the attention to detail, the small things, and like I told them, we had probably 12 instances where we could have really took advantage of the situation, kind of let them off the hook and gave them life when we could have took control of the game. And that's a learning lesson for them guys, learning how to make those winning plays when you have a chance to go out. We're still in the learning process. It's a process, so hopefully this hurt the guys a little bit and they come back ready Monday to start fresh.
What are some key takeaways you can take from this game and your experience so far this season on the road to Jackson County next week?
Well, they fought hard. You go down 15 with 6 minutes to come out, make a big play. Defense come out, get a big time stop, and give us opportunity to even have a chance to go down, score, and either go for 2 or kick the extra point. But just got to finish. I've been talking about that for the last few weeks. We have drove all up and down the field on people, and we're getting better in finishing off drives. We did that tonight. A couple times we let them off the hook with some bad reads and missing assignments, but it's a process, so we're just going to keep battling and get back to work.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Berea falls to 1-4 on the season. They'll be back in action this Friday night at Jackson County in the old Battle of Big Hill, as they call it. So, wrapping up the football weekend, it was EKU's home opener. Colonels taking on a winless Charleston Southern team. And it was the Colonels picking up a 40-17 win, jumped out to a 16-0 lead after the first quarter, and then scored 17 more points in the third quarter to pick up the win and move to 2-1 on the season. 448 yards of total offense. Patrick McKinney, 20 of 29 for 352 yards, 4 touchdowns and 1 interception. He's having a fantastic season. Jaden Higgins, 7 catches, 185 yards. And a touchdown. Dakota Allen and Jaden Smith also had touchdown catches. Walt Wells was back on the sideline coaching the team just 3 weeks after his health issues. That was really good to see. Keandre McGlure also had a rushing touchdown and announced attendance of 16,000 at Roy Kidd Stadium. So EKU back on the road next week, though, for their first ever, I guess, official, if you want to say that, A-Sun football game as they travel down to Clarksville, Tennessee to take on their former OVC, now A-Sun rivals, Austin P. And P's off to a good start to their season. They are 3-1, so that should be a good early season A-Sun test for both teams. All right, we've got lots of other stuff to get to. I have a big old stack of stuff here. We'll go to boys high school soccer. And Madison Central started off this season by losing 7 of its first 9 matches. But things have really turned around for the Indians. They had a lot of young kids who had stepped into the starting lineup who have really blossomed and are starting to really play well. And they have now won 4 straight games. Wednesday, a 4-3 win over district rival Model. And then on Saturday, they rolled to a 7-0 victory at home over Ashland. In the win over Model, it was Sam Hughes with 2 goals, Cam Alexander with the goal, Tyler Smith with a goal and an assist, Bishop Burke with an assist, and Thomas Fairchild made 7 saves in the net. This was an interesting game because Madison Central ran out to a 4-0 lead. Looked like it was pretty much, going to be, not very interesting finish, but Model fought back, scored 3 times in the final 18 minutes. Keshav Bandari with 2 goals, Hugo Marte with a goal, and then late they had a shot off of a free kick, which went just past the post. They also hit a post, a few minutes later as well. So, and these 2 teams will meet each other again in the district tournament. They will be the number 2 and 3 seeds going forward, more than likely. So, a very exciting game. And afterwards, we had a chance to talk to Madison Central coach Ron Horn and Tyler Smith.
We're back here at Bellevue, where Madison Central has picked up a very exciting 4-3 win over district rival Model. Ron Horn, Tyler Smith, congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
Well, Coach, unless something really odd happens, you're going to see them again in a couple of weeks in the district tournament. So if that was a preview of what we're going to see, then I think we're in for another exciting game there. It was pretty fun.
Absolutely. I told the boys, I think the good thing about that result was the fact that we know we can't overlook them come the second time we play them. They're going to be ready to play.
Yeah, you scored there early in the second to go up 4-0, and it looks like it's on cruise control, but they came back and kept fighting. Tyler, kind of talk about what was the difference there when they started coming back?
Oh, we just couldn't keep consistency the second half. We let 1 goal slide, and then everybody just kind of gave up, until the last 2 minutes, I'd say, and then we really tried to step in and know that we can't lose this game right now.
Yeah, it was 4-3. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh no, that's it.
Yeah, 4-3. They had a post.
Yeah.
I mean, then they had another free kick that just went wide of the post. There were some anxious moments there.
Yes, sir.
And Ron, you guys have, I think it's 5 1-goal losses this year. So you guys have been on the wrong side of a lot of 1-goal losses, but to get one in the district one had to feel pretty good, I guess.
Yeah, it does. And like I said, those losses by 1 goal, I think in all cases we were either tied or up when we gave up the goals, the go-ahead goals to lose the game. So finishing one out and, getting the victory is obviously good for the team.
Yeah, like I said, a lot of close games, but you guys have been pretty battle tested so far this year. You guys got to be getting used to this by now.
Yeah, we've had a lot of 1-0 games due to lightning delay and all this, losing, going home halftime. But to be honest, I was out for 3 days. That's when we played Southern, so I'd say next time we play Southern, it will be a really close game. But we're coming for district.
Yeah. All right. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, the Central was back in action on Saturday night at home and rolled to a 7-0 win over Ashland. Game was 5-0 at the half. Sam Hughes with 3 goals and 2 assists now has a team best 17 goals on the season. Tyler Smith 2 goals. Adam Cole and Ryder Browning had a goal, and Jonah Day had 5 saves to pick up the shutout. 6-7 now on the season for the surging Indians, and they'll be back in action Tuesday at Corbin. And speaking of Model, prior to the loss on Wednesday to Madison Central, they picked up a 7-0 win on Monday at Paris. It was Keshav Bandari with 2 goals and an assist, Dylan Smith with a goal and 2 assists, Hugo Marte, Anthony Cole, and Will Lowry each had assists. Tanner Martin had a goal and an assist, and Maddox Marks picked up the shutout in net. 11-3 on the season now for Model, and Keshav Bandari now has 30 goals on the season. I'm pretty sure, I think that's the most of anybody in Madison County. So Patriots will be back in action Monday at home against North Laurel. Madison Southern had a pair of games this past week, rolled to a 9-2 win at home over Casey County on Monday, and then on Tuesday suffered a 3-0 loss up in Lexington to Lafayette. In the win over Casey County, it was Rue Lemmer with 3 goals and 2 assists, Cam Heshamy and Avery Davidson with a goal and an assist, Hayden Jakoblowski with a goal, Caden Case with a goal, and Dalton Haupt with a goal, and Samuel Williamson with a goal as well. In the loss to Lafayette, it was 5 saves for Corbin Kendall, but the Southern offense wasn't able to get much going against a pretty good Lafayette team up there on the road. 9-3 on the season now for Madison Southern. Back in action Tuesday at home against Bluegrass United. And a pretty good week for the Berea Community boys soccer team as well. On Tuesday, a hard-fought 2-1 loss to East Jessamine at home, and then Thursday, a 2-1 victory at home over Southwestern. And the loss to East Jessamine, it was James Lunsford with a goal and Grayson Thomason with 3 saves. And in the win over Southwestern, it was Finley Blevins with 2 goals, Cannon Cummins with an assist, Peyton Jones with an assist, and Grayson Thomason with 9 saves. 4-7 on the season now for the Pirates. They'll be back in action Tuesday at home against district rival Model. Moving on to high school girls soccer action. And last Wednesday, we told you about the Central Model boys game. But right before that, we had the girls matchup in a district doubleheader, and it was Madison Southern rolling to a 4-0 win over Model. That was the second of 2 games in the week. The Indians earlier in the week, the Lady Indians picked up a 2-2 tie at Bardstown on Monday. But in the 4-0 victory over Model, that was Maddie Eads with a goal and Kelly Nicholson with a goal, and Natalie Connect converted a penalty kick. A 4-0 win over Model that snapped a 2-game winless streak, but also locked up the number 1 seed for the Indians heading into the district tournament. So very important. You don't want to be in that 2-3 game. That makes it much more difficult to get to the final and then get on to the region. So 6-2-2 on the season, and after a big win over Model, we got a chance to talk to Callie Lloyd and Emily Hall.
We're back here at Bellevue, where the Madison Central Lady Indians have picked up a 4-0 win over Model in district competition. Callie Lloyd, Emily Hall, congratulations, girls.
Thank you.
Well, coming into this, if you guys didn't win this game, it could set up a weird tiebreaker type thing.
Yes.
But you guys obviously knew that if you won, you removed all that drama and you locked up the number 1 seed. So let's talk about preparation for this game and knowing what it meant.
It meant a lot to us, actually. We were kind of nervous, but then we also knew that we were going to be okay because we knew that we've been playing good.
Yeah.
But personally, I think we first started off a little rough, but I think we overall turned out well. What do you think?
I think the same thing. We've been practicing just about every day for the past weeks to get ready for this stuff, and I feel like you said, we started out a little bit sluggish. I think we were a little bit nervous because it was Model versus a district game, but once we started and we realized how well we work as a team and how much we function together, we were all good. Yes. So we were set.
Coming off a couple of road games, you guys lost on Saturday, tied on Monday. Kind of what did you guys gain from those 2 games?
Mainly, really, honestly, what we gained was we shouldn't have lost any of the games. We knew that we made a couple mistakes, and we wanted to go into Model fixing all of our mistakes. And so I think we did pretty good for the most part.
I think so too. We definitely should have won the last game we played, and even the game before that. The game before that, they were an excellent team, but we played them head to head. We just let off a couple goals, and then the team that we played last, we scored first, or they scored after, or whatever the order was. But we were in the lead, we were going, and then we just let another goal slip. And so we're trying to really lock down defensively. We're trying to lock down in the middle, set everything up so we don't let any little easy goals slip, and then just keep going and attacking.
Yes.
The coach was a little disappointed. He said he wished you guys would have finished off a few more, but you got 4. That's not too bad, I guess.
Right. Yeah, we're still working on finishing. It'll get there.
Sure. It'll get
Hopefully
there.
by districts we're ready for them.
6-2-2 on the season now for Madison Central. They'll be back in action Monday at home against Sayre. And Model had one other game on the week after the 4-0 loss to Madison Central on Wednesday. They had a 4-1 loss on the road at Woodford County on Saturday. First back-to-back losses of the season for Model as they fall to 5-4-2 on the season. In the loss to Madison Central, definitely worth noting 27 saves by goalkeeper Claire Garner. She really kept the Lady Patriots in that game. On Saturday night over at Woodford County, Model was down 3-1 at the half. It was Maya Bondari with the only goal of the game on an assist from Kaya Marks. And Claire Garner played well in goal again and actually stopped a penalty kick in that one as well. Maya Bondari now has a team best 10 goals on the season. Model's back in action Monday at Bluegrass United. Madison Southern girls soccer team, a pair of games last week, weren't able to come up with a win, but they did get a 1-1 tie on Monday at North Laurel, and then on Tuesday it was a 3-1 loss to Great Crossing. In the victory over North Laurel, it was Sydney Hawker, the tie with North Laurel, it was Sydney Hawker with a goal and Claire Kress with 13 saves. Then on Tuesday night, the senior night matchup with Great Crossing was very interesting because this is the teams that played in the first round of the 11th Region Tournament last year up in Georgetown, and that was when the Lady Eagles picked up their first ever 11th Region Tournament victory by beating Great Crossing. The rematch did not go as well for the Lady Eagles, though. 3-1 loss. It was Mallory Dewison with a goal. That came late in the second half with about 18 minutes left to make the score 2-1. So they got Southern right back in the game, but just a few minutes later, Great Crossing scored again to push the lead back to 2 goals and pretty much secure the 3-1 victory. 6-4-1 on the season for the Lady Eagles. They'll be back in action Monday at home versus Lafayette. And a tough week for the Berea Community Lady Pirates. Couple of games, couple of shutout losses on Tuesday, 3-0 at Pulaski County. Saturday, 2-0 at Estill County. 2-9-1 on the season for the Lady Pirates. Back in action Tuesday at Somerset. High school volleyball, it was kind of a light week, with especially with Madison Southern and Madison Central both having homecoming. Didn't really have a lot of games on the schedule, but we'll start off on Wednesday when it was Madison Southern snapping a 4-game losing streak with a 3-0 win over district rival Model here in Richmond, 25-5, 25-15, 25-12. Reagan Burns, 19 assists, 6 aces. Julia Bingham, 13 aces, 15 kills. Brianna Dawes with 18 digs. 5-10 on the season, and this is one the Lady Eagles really needed. They've been kind of struggling of late. And after the game, our friend Ricky Elkins got a chance to talk to Coach Jeremy Grant, Julia Bingham, and Reagan Burns.
Here we are with a big win at Model High School with Coach Jeremy Grant with the Madison Southern Lady Eagles volleyball team. Coach, big district win here tonight.
Yeah, it's always good to get a win in the district. We've kind of been up and down. Inconsistency's kind of been our thing. So, like what we saw tonight, served the ball really well for the most part. We were able to keep the ball in play, do a lot of good things, and look like we were having fun.
Okay, we have 2 players with us.
Yeah, so we got Reagan Burns. She's one of our seniors. She's a setter, and then Julia Bingham over here, our middle hitter.
Okay, ladies, what your overall thoughts about the game? I mean, you came out and kind of dominated at first, and then kind of a little letdown in the second.
Yeah, we had the energy up in the first set. In the second set, we kind of slowed down a little bit. We should have kept it up, but we pulled out a win, so we're happy. I agree.
Okay, now this is this your only game this week?
Yes. Yeah. It's homecoming, so we try to go light. We got these 2 girls and a couple others that are doing Queen stuff, riding in the parade and stuff tomorrow. So I like for them to be able to enjoy all the homecoming stuff. So yeah, we go pretty light. But we'll be back at it next week. We got 2 home games next week. We got senior night, and then a couple of weeks we're looking at Central for the Mad Peak game.
All right, thanks, Ricky, and appreciate Coach Grant and the ladies speaking to our buddy afterwards. But 5-10 on the season now for Madison Southern. They'll be back in action Monday at home against Lincoln County. Only one match as well for the Madison Central volleyball team last week, and it also was against Model. And that was on Monday, a 3-0 win in Richmond, 25-1, 25-5, and 25-14. 17-2 now for the Madison Central volleyball team. 14 straight wins. Journey Mezzarandino, 15 assists, 5 aces. Avery Rigney with 7 kills and 3 aces. Ananiah Hughley with 5 kills and 2 blocks. After more than a week off, Madison Central returned to action on Tuesday at home against 11th Region rival Henry Clay. Berea Community's volleyball team had a pair of games last week, a pair of losses. On Monday, 3-0 at home to Powell County, and then on Tuesday, 3-2 at Jackson County. 3 straight losses now for Berea. In the loss to Jackson County, it was Trinity Hannon, 17 digs and 4 kills. Taylor Johnson with 20 assists, 3 kills and 2 aces. Adia Fouch with 15 digs and 5 kills. And Cadence Bertato with 9 kills and 3 digs. Berea will be back in action Monday at home against Trinity Christian. And the Model Lady Patriot volleyball team, 3 games last week, 3 losses. We told you Monday, 3-0 to Madison Central. Wednesday, 3-0 to Madison Southern. And then on Thursday, a 3-0 loss at home to Sayre. 2-13 on the season, 9 straight losses for Model. They'll be back in action this week as well. So that's all we got for you. We have no guests to speak to, so I guess that's the end of the show. But as you can tell by my face, I've been on the golf course all day, so I got a chance to go in to watch. I went over to the boys at Big Blue first, and then caught the girls over at Cherry Blossom.
Yes.
Yes, yeah, we absolutely did. So, but no, it's a lot of fun. I like being on the golf course. It's a lot of fun. I don't play golf. That's an interesting thing. I'm not a golfer, but I like being out there, and those kids and their families are such nice people, and they always speak to me and have such nice things. And Braden Bond's parents came up to me and said some very nice things. So it kind of embarrassed me a little bit. I was like, I'm just here taking pictures, But no, I do appreciate it when people come up to us and say hello and everything like that. So next week's Richmond Register Sports Show is probably going to debut. I think we're going to do a Saturday show. I'm going to be out of town for part of the weekend, so we're going to try to get a little bit early. We have a plan in place. We'll have to see if that works or not. We never make definitive plans around here until the last minute. But we do have a special idea of something we want to do kind of special next week. But I'll not be here on Sunday, so we're going to try to get that show out on Saturday. And we have a special guest in mind to talk about a very special anniversary that's coming up. But once again, not finalized that, so I don't want to give anything away. But as always, Richmond R Sports on Twitter is the place to be to follow Madison County sports. As soon as something happens and I know about it, I'll put it up there. Also, Register Sports on Facebook as well, richmondregister.com. We have our nightly show Monday through Friday, sometime between 10 and 11:30 every night. We'll give you 15 or so minutes of an update of what happened that day in Madison County sports, and we'll play you a song at the end of it as well. You never know what we're going to do. So, but as always, appreciate you guys watching, and I feel weird ending the show without anybody sitting here next to me. So, but I guess that's the end of the show, folks. Appreciate you watching. We'll see you next week.
The Richmond Register Sports Show is brought to you by MetroNet, superfast internet, simply a better connection. Central Kentucky Pressure Washing, Total Comfort, heating and air conditioning. Let Total Comfort keep you cool or warm this winter. Call for service or for a free replacement quote.
Wynn's Auto Detailing Service.
And by kymedia.net, digital media solutions on your terms.